We have seen a 75% Aula keyboard on this channel. We've also seen a 65% Aula keyboard on this channel. Well, what other popular keyboard layout remains? That's right, today we're going to be looking at a TKL Aula keyboard. Hello everyone, my name is Fang and today I'll be reviewing the Aula F87 Pro. Does this 10 keyless brother to the incredibly popular Aula F75 match the performance and quality of it? Let's take a look together. Before we get to it though, less than 1% of my viewers are subscribed to my channel. So if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more informative reviews. We are really close to 100 subscribers and it would make my day if you added to that number. This unit was sent to me by Aula India to be reviewed. This has no impact on the video though, and all the opinions in this video are of my own. They see this video at the same time as you all. As always, let's begin with the unboxing. The Aula F87 comes in a basic cardboard box. In the box, you see a plastic dust cover, a manual for the keyboard, a quick shortcuts guide, the keyboard wrapped in a plastic protective sheath, a USB A to C cable for charging and wired connection, a basic keycap and switch puller, and a couple of extra switches which will be the variant that you choose. I have chosen the Leobog Greywood V4 switches. The Aula F87 comes in 8 different colorways, but different sellers have different colorways available on their websites. This leads to some confusion on which variant to get. You can get the keyboard in 5 switch options: the Leobog Nimbus V3 switches, the Greywood V3 switches, the Greywood V4 switches, the Reaper switches, and the Leobog Space Crystal switches. They're all linear switches. I wish they had a tactile switch option, because having 5 linear switch options is kind of pointless in my opinion. The Aula F87 is a 10 keyless layout, with 87 keys as the name suggests. It's a gasket mounted keyboard which gives it a nice bouncy feel. The PC based flex cut which gives it a nice sturdy typing feel. The keyboard is advertised as having a 3 millisecond response time, but I have no way of testing that claim. What I can tell you is that there isn't any perceivable delay, so it's probably correct. The F87 comes with 5 layers of sound absorbing padding. It's got good RGB implementation which is pretty bright, and the side glow RGB strips are pretty as well. It has tri-mode connectivity and so far I haven't had any issues with the connectivity or interference. You can get the F87 Pro with a 4000 mAh battery or an 8000 mAh battery, which is a lot of juice for a keyboard. I don't think I've charged my F87 in the last 15 days that I've been using it, although I don't use the RGB. The stock keycaps are double shot PBT on my color variant and they're actually quite nice. The colors are vibrant and the legends are sharp. The Aula F87 has height adjustable feet, unlike the F65 that I have reviewed previously. The F87 is fully hot swappable with both 5-pin and 3-pin switches. The F87 looks really nice. The spacing between the keys is very comfortable to type on and the RGB shows through the space very nicely. The bezel on the F87 is nice and adds substance to the look of the keyboard. My version of the keyboard, which has non-shine-through keycaps, has north-facing RGB. The version with the side-printed shine-through keycaps has south-facing RGB. I do like the look of north-facing RGB on this keyboard, but this means that if I were to replace these switches with other switches, there might be interference. It's a trade-off because north-facing LEDs make top-printed shine-through keycaps and pudding keycaps look really nice. The underglow RGB strips on the sides look really nice, just like it did on the F65. The RGB strip above the arrow keys is also quite nice. You can actually set it to indicate the battery level, which is very handy. The mode switch and the USB-C port for wired connection and charging are located on the right side of the keyboard. I would have liked to have it on the left side, but the right side is alright as well. I prefer the left side because if I use a coiled cable, it would get in the way of my mousing space. This is a very niche complaint though, and you might not mind it at all. I also like the aesthetic of the cable being on the left side, but again, that's just personal preference. At least the port isn't in the center. Speaking of the mode switch, I'm glad they have an easily accessible one. I dislike it when manufacturers put the mode or power switch under the caps lock or under the spacebar or in some difficult to reach space like that. The included keycaps are quite
nice.
They don't have cheap, sharp edges that a lot of budget pre-built keyboards have. The variant that I have has the color scheme of the GMK Hammerhead keycaps, and they've actually pulled it off really well. The legends are sharp and crisp, and they're consistent all over the keycaps. The colors are sick and the cyan is very bright. The texture on the keycaps is smooth but grippy. It's not matte, but it almost feels like a nice mouse surface. It's good, very pleasant to type on. Gasket performance is quite good, and the typing feel is very nice and consistent. The switches in my keyboard are the Leobog Greywood V4 switches, and they're very nice to type on. Comparing to other switches that I have used of the same tier, I'd say this is comparable to the Leobog Reaper switches. Smooth typing feel and very consistent feel across the board. The bottom out is nice and smooth. It sounds a little clackier than the Reaper switches, but that's all up to personal preference as always. The stock stabilizers on this keyboard are pretty nice. They're very consistent, they don't have any rattle or ticking. They sound nice, they feel nice, they don't have any stickiness, they're nice. The keyboard has kick-up feet that the Aula F65 was lacking. You can change the height to 3 stages: feet closed, feet halfway open, and feet fully open. I use this feature for games like Osu and sometimes when typing reclined on my seat. Some gripes I have with the F87. I would have liked to see a knob on the keyboard like the F75 has. The volume shortcuts work, but a tactile knob is just so nice. I also wish it was easier to open up, but to be fair, you don't really need to open this keyboard up as it already has all the mods you'd need on a keyboard. I wish there were legends for the function keys. The manual that comes with the keyboard is helpful and handy, but I still keep forgetting which key is volume up and end up muting my audio accidentally. Here's a sound test of the keyboard. So, in conclusion, the Aula F87 is pretty much a TKL version of the Aula F75, minus the knob. I do like the color options on the F87 a lot more than the F75 color options. If you liked this video and found it informative, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more budget and unique peripheral reviews. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Love you. Bye.